Bro, you are making daily reels, right, on Instagram. How do you manage time for that?
I have this thing called implementation intention. So what you do in this implementation intention is a day prior you actually write down what your tomorrows be like, and you don't write down like I'll be making reels tomorrow. I'll be writing like that. I'll be waking up at 8. From 9 to 10, I'll be writing a script. From 10 to 11, I'll be shooting. From 11 to 12, I'll be attending classes if I have classes, or the meeting, or anything else if I have. So I'll be giving the slots to each and every task that I'll be doing tomorrow. And what it helps me is when the day after tomorrow, when I wake up, I don't have to make those decisions that when I'll be shooting or when I'll be writing the script, because I've already made it a day prior. All I have to do is go and execute.
Hello everyone, my name is SHIVATHMAJ and my purpose is to inspire people. So it is said that you will become just like the 5 people you hang out with. So you should be very careful in choosing your inner circle of friends. So I hang out with great minds and I am fortunate enough to have them as my friend, and I wanted to give you guys what kind of conversation we have, and this will be very insightful for you as well as it's a great learning for me. So enjoy your conversation with Tanmay today.
Actually, I was saying that I love the collection out there, the book collection.
Yeah, thanks,
So,
man. Out of them, first one is mine.
oh, actually, I went through your website. I've read about it. I didn't read the book, but yeah, I'll read afterwards now.
I won't lie to you, bro, but I haven't researched you so much, but I went through your contents and I loved them. You are posting something inspiring daily and some useful websites and some useful hacks to learn SEO and those kind of stuff.
Yeah, actually, I've been doing that since like last year now. So working pretty well. I'm not a creator on Instagram, but it has helped me grow through various other platforms that I've been working with right now. So looks like a good platform now, and the content's shining as of now is concerned. Let's see.
You are standing bit unique and Instagram itself suggested me. And yeah, when I was
That's really good.
scrolling some pages, your content came and then I immediately started following you.
That's really very good to know. Actually, I mean, because the reach of my content is not as humongous as of other creators, but it really feels nice to be connected with someone. Why explore it? So pretty fascinating.
No, even that day will come soon.
Yeah, I mean, I've stopped looking after the numbers, but yeah, it's always good to have numbers behind your back as well.
Yeah, the other day I had connected with you on Insta Live. You were, and
Oh yes, yes, yes.
I am the brand myself.
Yeah. I remember you. I remember you. That was about vaccine, if I'm not wrong, because I come live now and then. So
Yeah, you made it somewhat clickbaity, and that's why I entered the live.
yeah, actually, I was actually reading about the clickbait, so I thought why not try it myself, and it kind of worked. So
How do
it's
you
great.
learn? Like, if you learn, you directly apply it like this.
Yeah, I'm actually if I learn something, if I read something and I want to apply it, I don't procrastinate in terms of applying, because if I think that I'll be applying it someday, that day won't come, and it happens with a lot of people. So I usually, okay, I learned this, let's apply it tomorrow, or let's do something which is more related to those things. And the more you do that, so that actually becomes something that is called habit. So that's what you want to grow. You want to grow your habits. So that helps, and it actually makes you to execute that stuff as well that you have learned. So that is the most important thing, to execute what you've learned.
Bro, I had gone through your page. I also saw that you have taken a selfie with Ranveer Alabadia and have interviewed people like Raj Shamani. Even I look up to those creators, and even you are doing engineering and yet to finish it, I guess. Which year
uh,
are you in?
I'm in third year of computer technology.
Same page.
uh,
Third year
I guess,
CS.
I mean, lot of engineers usually go into the communication field or media field rather than focusing on their own niche. So anyways, feels good to know that.
How did you end up being a content creator, or what do you call yourself?
usually call myself public speaker. I'm more of a public speaker because that's where my journey began. Pandemic actually made me a content creator. I never thought of becoming a content creator myself, but yeah, I mean, it started in 2019 when I was working with an MC that we call Nagpur Municipal Corporation, and there was this mega event in Nagpur. So they wanted a leader, a coordinator, which will lead the media team, and I actually just named myself. I was not thinking anything. I was like, okay, the engineer is getting very boring right now. Nothing's good here. So I thought, let's do something outside, and I just wrote my name on the volunteering. Ended up coordinating that event. Went to numerous colleges, like all the colleges in my local town, that is Nagpur, and gave the seminar about the same. And yeah, ended up co-hosting that same event where Ranveer Alabadi and Flying Beast were one of the guests. So
Wow.
that's where the journey began.
I think that changed your directory of life. How were you before this event?
Yeah, actually, that was the point where I thought that, what, Tanmay, you can actually speak in front of a lot of people, because the event that I hosted, there were 10K people, and that's where I did my anchoring debut. So I thought, what, you can do this. You have gotten yourself, because when 2 years prior to that day, I actually stumbled very badly in front of 80 people giving word of thanks, and I thought that, what, you're never gonna come on stage and speak fluently. And after 2 years, actually was speaking in front of a massive crowd. So that's where it hit me that, you can do this, and actually capitalize your career somewhere which is near to public speaking or speaking in front of the camera.
A lot of things what you just said, I am able to relate. Like even I stumble a lot when I speak in front of public, but still I do it anyway because perfect day won't come.
Yeah, I mean, one day I was speaking at Neri, and we were giving extempore. A topic is been given to them, and they have to speak it for like 2 minutes or so. And I was host of that event, and I saw a lot of people coming and not applying for extempore because nobody wants to speak in front of the people. And I went up to stage, and I saw like there were like ten candidates who applied for it, and there were like 50 people in that auditorium. And I said to them, and I still remember this, that um, if I stumbled right now, right here, in front of all 50 people, I won't feel anything because I don't know any one of you. And even if you have a bad image of me speaking, I won't care because I don't know you. And even in future, I might not see you anywhere, and I won't even recognize you. So what's the harm coming here and speaking in front of the people? And actually, the count started, and it ended up like 28 or 29. So I mean, this kind of things really work. The psychology really works around the people, and you actually evolve much when you try. And yeah, it's no harm in speaking in front of the people, right? So yeah, just try it, and you might love it.
Bro, when you like just entered your college, we come to engineering with a different intention, right? Like even if I tell about myself, I came into engineering to get a job basically. Even we are not that much interested in engineering, but we are interested in getting a job.
Yeah.
And how did this change for you? Like,
um, I was the same kid. I mean, I'm still the same kid. I thought of actually pursuing engineering with utmost amount of what I've got. You are like pretty serious in the first year, doing all the assignments, studying everything, being very serious about the exams and all. So I was doing that. And in second year, I thought that, this is not something that really connects me. And I was going through, as I told you before, there was an event in Nagpur. So I just volunteered for that event, ended up hosting that event that I've mentioned before. And that's where the perception actually changed, that, you cannot actually pursue engineering for like a huge amount of time, because that really does not kicks you. And if that does not kick you, there's no point in actually being very serious about it. So I've stopped being more serious about engineering, to be very honest. But yeah, I'm still pursuing it. I'll be finishing my degree, but I don't think that I'll be moving ahead with something which is called web development or all that stuff, because that really doesn't boost me. So yeah.
yeah, same here, bro. Even I am pursuing computer science engineering and
uh,
uh,
the problem with us is when we have finished our 12th, we are not mentored or counseled rightly. Most of the thoughts that we come across are very constrained towards doctor or being an engineer, and that is changing right now. I'm very glad it's changing because I have my younger siblings as well. So I usually tell them, what you're genuinely interested in, and try to find something that will be really that would have like a humongous amount of scope in for the future, because you want something, you want to be in a field where it has a future. You can't go around saying that, okay, this is going to work for me, and it has no future. So you gotta research, and the more you do research, you kind of figure that what future holds for this particular thing, and then you can do that and execute that and learn about that and be expertise in that. So that's what I tell younger siblings right now.
Like, what are the new ways of like, what kind of questions do you get nowadays on their passionate fields? Can you just suggest us some?
Um, the more yeah, actually I have like three fields that I really think that would be bombarding with a lot of exposure in near future. First one would be the audio based platforms that come like Clubhouse. It's really thriving right now, and there will be more audio platforms that will be thriving like for 5 years from here now, because audio platform is going to boom like nothing else. Even Mukesh Ambani has said that in further future gaming industry would be like at peak, and I really believe that, because the way gaming industry has evolved. So if you can like pursue a career where it is oriented towards game making, like developing a game or playing a game, streaming the particular game, you can really have a hype in your career. The third one would be the content writing. I guess you're doing content writing if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
And this the content writing is a kind of a field, it had exposure in back in 2010. It will have exposure in 2020, and it will have exposure in 2030, because everyone wants something to be written about themselves or their business, and that's how they grow. So this three field is something that I really think that would be bombarding with a lot of exposure in near future.
Bro, like you are making daily reels, right, on Instagram. How do you manage time for that? Like, we often complain we don't get time to do so many things.
I have this thing called implementation intention. So what you do in this implementation intention is a day prior you actually write down what your tomorrows be like, and you don't write down like I'll be making reels tomorrow. I'll be writing like that. I'll be waking up at 8. From 9 to 10, I'll be writing a script. From 10 to 11, I'll be shooting. From 11 to 12, I'll be attending classes if I have classes, or the meeting, or anything else if I have. Like I've been like doing internships and freelancing for Trail and Moj right now. So I'll be making content for them as well. So I'll be giving the slots to each and every task that I'll be doing tomorrow. And what it helps me is, when the day after tomorrow when I wake up, I don't have to make those decisions that when I'll be shooting or when I'll be writing the script, because I've already made it a day prior. All I have to do is go and execute it. The maximum stuff in this podcast will be me talking about the execution stuff, because that's what I really believe in. Even if you don't have a firm plan, and if you just go out there and start executing stuff, you'll figure out that what you should do next, and that's what I really genuinely believe in. So that's what I'm talking. Make a plan a day prior and write that this time I'll be doing this for like an hour. From 3 to 4 I'll be doing this. From 5 to 4, from 5 to 6 I'll be doing this. And just go out there next day. You don't have to make decision, you just have to go and execute the stuff that you have decided a day prior. Go on with your predetermined plan. That's it.
Like,
That's
do
how I
you
do it.
have for every hour do you plan in prayer?
Yeah, usually I do it. Sometimes, yes, you kind of messed up that daily routine of yours, even if you have planned it. But what it helps is you actually start executing what you have planned a day prior. Because if I'm saying that I'll be shooting from 1 to 2, uh, somewhere or the corner I'll start the shoot at 1, or even at 1:10, or maybe 1:20. But I'll start it in that time slot that have been allotted by myself a day prior. So if you do that, this trick is called implementation intention, and it works really efficiently. If you try to do it for like a month or two, then it will be giving results. If you think that, okay, I'll be starting it today and it's not giving you results, then it just means that you have not doing it to its utmost amount of, you're not planning it well. That's simple. Because if you're planning, if you want to do that thing, you'll make time to do that thing. And if you're making time for doing that thing a day prior, that means it's really important to you. So that's how you do it. That's how you go about managing the time.
Like, how does your day look like, bro? Like, how many hours you sleep, and how do you do so many things like freelancing, creating content, and tea talks. I think you are doing too many things at once. How do
Uh,
you? How does
I
your
won't lie
routine
to
look
you.
like?
It's been a month. I've been doing more of a freelancing work, so that's where the time hectic has been coming right now. But I wake up at 7:30 or 8. I start to if I have a shooting day, I have this like shooting day and a script writing day. So one day I'll be writing the script, and one day I'll be just shooting the videos. So if it's like a shooting video day, then I would like wake up at 8, get freshen up, and start shooting at 9 because I really love to shoot in the early morning. That's the habit of mine. So I'll start with the shooting. It usually ends up at like 3:30 or 4 with the breaks in between because I'm also working with a company named Maven with drawing videos for their like tutorial videos for the upcoming softwares like email marketing and SEO. That stuff that I talk about on Instagram as well. So I've been doing that for them. So it usually ends up like 3:30, and then I start to write jotting out the content about Moj and Trail. And at the 6, I kind of finish up the stuff with the editing and all that stuff. Sometimes it ends up with 7 or 7:30, but usually I try to like finish everything at 6 and start to talk with my friends on social media, come live and all, do that stuff because that's something that you live for as well. Talking with your friends, being live on Instagram, talking with the followers, your friends, and that stuff. So that's how my day ends, and then just sleep at 11:30, wake up again, do the same stuff again.
Like you are also spending time with your friends, and you have dedicated a slot for that.
Yeah, I mean, usually what happens is there's WhatsApp group of friends as well, so they talk a whole day. Some of them are free at some different times, so you kind of like, okay, what has happened today with my friends, so you kind of do that as well in between. So that's fun, that's the fun part, knowing what your friends are doing and what they are up to. So it's fun.
Bro, how did you start freelancing, and how did you like find internships and those kind of stuff? How do we start as a beginner?
Yeah, I have this wonderful article written on the LinkedIn about this same stuff. I've been talking about it like a month or so now about the same stuff because if you want an internship, you have to actually apply to a number of internship before getting that one internship that you really want to pursue or get involved with. And in order to do that, you gotta open your LinkedIn account, or maybe Intershala is good as well. There are numerous accounts. If you do your research, there will be so many accounts that will be so many platforms that will be helping you to get your first internships. But I prefer LinkedIn. It's best, and you should apply to like minimum like 30 to 40 because I applied to nearly hundreds of internships that I didn't even connected with videography, public speaking, even the development that I'm not even into. That I applied to all those internships, because you never know. I what I really wanted to do is have an experience of being interviewed, and that's what I wanted. So in order to do that, you have to apply to a numerous amount of internships, do their interviews, get experience from that. If you're not selected, ask them why I'm not selected. If you're selected, ask them what was the one thing that you really loved about it. And if you want to pursue that internship, because if you apply to like 20 internships, you some of them will not even revert. Some of them will say that it's really nice to meeting you, but we won't be going ahead with your application. And some of them will say that, you know what, come in, we'll take your interview. And that's what you want. If you're interviewing for 4 internships, you'll be jotted down for two. Select one from it, or select both of them, and you're in internship. That's how stuff works.
Yeah, that's how simple it is, right?
Yeah, just try harder, apply to as much internships as you can, and wait for the things to work out for you.
Did you ever try freelancing sites like Fiverr.com, Upwork.com, Freelancer.com?
No, not as of now. I've been thinking about it for like yeah. I'll be trying it, but as of now I haven't because I've been getting work without them only. So I thought, okay, I'll wait a bit. I'll research about them. I don't have a thorough knowledge about them, so that's maybe why I haven't started with those. But as soon as I get a thorough knowledge of them, I might walk into them as well.
Bro, how this video marketing kind of thing, how can we monetize this? Like, what and all ways are there to monetize our video skills?
So actually there are different ways to monetize your content. um, Mine is actually I make reels, I make educational videos, and I make tutorials. So what I do is I have these different platforms that I've been posting my content on. Like let's take an example of trail that I'm working with right now. So I'll be making motivational videos for them, something that audience might be interested in, and then I'll be putting it on their platform. So in order to do that, you actually have to make a lot of videos before getting selected as a freelancer. Because if you're not making a lot of videos, the bunch of videos out there, and the quality videos, then you don't have a chance to actually be selected for the freelancing work. So just start with the content. Of course, it won't be best, and there's this wonderful line that best is the enemy of good. So if you are thinking that you want to start with the best video, then that's not happening, my friends. You gotta start with the good, and it will turn out to be the best, and that's how the journey starts. So always believe that okay, I'm gonna go with the bulk when you're starting. So I did like two reels every single day when I started, and I even went to three. Sometimes my audience used to get bored. Man, stop it, man. I don't want to see you again. So but you gotta start. The more you do stuff, the better you become. The more things you get clear. I didn't know about the audio, I didn't know about the editing, I didn't know about the lot of stuff that I know right now, because I tried more. The more I tried, the more it got clear. You need good lighting. These are like normal things, but you evolve with time, right? So at the end of like 1 year, it's been 1 year that I'm creating content. I know a lot of stuff, and I've actually monetized my content. That's like an achievement for me right now. And because why did I do that is because I put majority of content. It was quality, it was quantity of the content that I put, then it turned out to be the quality content. And now what I'm posting is actually pretty much better than what I used to post. It's still not the best, and it would never be the best, but at least it's better than what I used to do. And that's how you go about the creating content. And then to monetize it, there will be people out there which will be watching your content, and you'll get the opportunities. If not, you can always email brands or the platforms to take you in. At the same time, you can also reach out to the numerous people that are out there to collaborate with them in terms of let's say there is agency, media agency like filter copy and all that stuff. So you can always give interviews for writing script or video jotting, whatever you are into. And just hope that you give a kick-ass interview and get selected. So you gotta put efforts to monetize your content. There are so many ways, brand ways or a platform way that I'm doing right now, creating my content and putting it on their platform. And there is a collaboration way to create content as well and monetize your content as well. So there are pretty much stuff, and you gotta find one and just stick to it and try harder.
I also noticed, bro, that you were featured in RVCJ. They are similar to Filter Coffee, right?
Yeah, it's a big media company if I'm not wrong. They have like a good social media network. And here's the thing that I've been talking about. To go out there and reach with the people. The way I reached out to RVCJ was actually tagging them, constantly tagging them, reaching out by emails and all that stuff. Now I have a good connection with RVCJ because I did those things. And once you get a connection with them, you don't have to go like, what, man, just post my video. You don't go out there like that. You go out with the genuine intention of actually helping them, and how can you help them to thrive their social media. They're already thrived and grown. So I couldn't use these words there, but yeah, be genuinely interested in what they want, and then try to give that to them. And maybe it would turn out to be good for you, and they'll do something for you as well. I didn't knew when they posted my video. I didn't knew he. I was talking with him, and after 2 days, after a couple of days, I just got a message of an Instagram link that he sent me. I thought, what he's sending me right now? So I clicked on it. It was my video on IBC, and I was like, oh my god, when did that happen? So that's how things work.
Like, how do you build networks, bro, with people like this? Like, by showing genuine interest and how to choose people and what kind of connection should we start making in this age?
Um, you have this book, Sell Like Crazy. I've been getting a lot of advertisement for them. It's
So
not.
many, bro.
Yeah. So also with those, no, you should have one more book like Split the Difference by Chris Voss. And what he talks about it is be genuinely interested in other people. So if you're trying to leverage your network, what you have to do is go on their Instagram DM and don't say that, hey man, your work is so good. Can you please buy my product? That won't work in any of the worst situation. Nobody is gonna buy your product. What you should do is, hey man, it's really nice connecting with you. I love your content, and I'm kind of hoping to learn more from you. At the same time, I'm also doing certain stuff, so it would be better for me to actually learn from you and thrive in my particular field. And what you do is, what you're doing here is you're actually leveraging the emotional connection rather than going on there with your sole motive of selling your product. That's, you don't have to do that. Be genuinely interested in their story, what they have installed for you, how what you can learn from them. Sometimes you won't sell your product, but you'd learn so many things that is even more worth than selling your product, right? So be genuinely interested with what they really want, what they are actually doing. Research about them. That's the first part, because people love when you know something about them and they are like, oh, you noticed that. And when that happens, there's instant connection that, oh, he knows about me, has researched about me, so he seems like a good guy. So when you do that, people will open their guard for you, and you can actually enter there and be a better communicator. At the same time, if you're not a good communicator, you might face a bit of problem, but being genuinely interested can overlap that one. And they will open their guards for you, and you can actually build a better relationship with them than just selling your products to them. So that's like a superpower. You're getting one relationship for selling your product. So what can you ask for more, right?
I can very much relate to this, bro, because in the past, I used to like, if someone is of high status people, I randomly used to send them and fill their DMs with some kind of request or being a guest on my podcast or something like that. But nowadays, I started showing some genuine interest. Before even you mentioning this, I now realize that I was doing that. And even with you I did the same, I guess, because when I connected with you initially, I had no idea of bringing you here. I just felt like you shared a similar interest, and I just spoke about that. And after a few days I thought to invite you as a guest on this show.
Actually, I remember that we had a chat on Instagram DM as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And what I really loved about, there are a lot of DMs to me saying, without them knowing me, that just come to my podcast or have this interview or that, and they don't even know me. So what's the point of being on someone else's podcast when you don't even know about their work, right? So you won't get any outcome, or you don't know anything about them, so you won't know the topic that you have to talk with them. So rather than having them, follow them, spend a time for a bit, know what they're doing, then talk to them about how the things are working, how can I improve in my stuff with your help, what are you doing these days. And then you can actually approach them for, we can have this thing together, we can do this collaboration, and that's how things work. And that's what I loved about you. That's why I said yes to this podcast.
Thanks, man. It means a lot to me that you are here on my show.
It's my pleasure, man. It's really my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me here.
I also ran some social media polls, like what would they like to ask you, and I just mentioned some things like he is a great public speaker and those kind of stuff. What questions to ask on, and I got some of the questions which I will be asking you right now. You can answer in short.
Yeah, sure. I would love to.
How to improve our body language?
How to improve your body language. Okay, here's the a brilliant tip that I actually follow myself. When I started, I used to stand in front of the mirror and speak. And what happened is I figured that it's not helping me to improve, because all I'm seeing is myself live, and you don't see what you're doing. You don't focus on what body language you have. You just focus on what next you have to say. So I thought that my intentions, or my concentration was oriented to the thought that I need to say something else after this sentence. So what I did was I took my phone, I started recording videos that I then post, and then I realized that, okay, this is where I'm lacking. I should not move my hands like that. I used to move my hands a lot, like rapidly. I used to move my hands while talking. So I gradually lowered that as well, and slowly and steadily the body language actually helped, improve. because I used to do videos. So the more videos I did, I figured that this is where I lacking, this is where I can improve. So you can always try those things and improve your body language. This is like a decent tip.
Even some of my friends had shared your video to me, DMing me and telling that see his body language and apply it on your own. Not so many people, just one guy.
That
He
really
did.
helps a lot, even if it's a one. I mean, that's what I said, at the start of the podcast. It doesn't matter how many people are behind you or how many people are following you, because there are so many people out there who are creating such a good content and they still don't have that much amount of followers. So many artistic people that are creating brilliant art and they don't even have 500 followers. So it does not matter how many followers you have. The intention matters the most, and that's what I've learned this last 6 months. I was oriented, I was goal oriented, I was number oriented, but it doesn't matter how many numbers you have. What matters are the intention, and you'll actually thrive in some other way in that particular field only.
Okay, the next question is who are the mentor you learn from?
I I have this firm belief that as you grow, your mentors change. The inspiration
Exactly.
change. Because when I started, when I was a kid, I looked up to MS Dhoni, Suresh Raina, the cricketing stars. Then suddenly it became Zakir Khan in stand-up comedy. Like, what a wonderful storyteller this guy is. And then it became Ranveer Alabadia, then Raj Shamani, Gary Vee. So your inspiration change with time, but doesn't mean that Zakir Khan is not my inspiration now, or I don't look up to Suresh Raina, or I don't look up to MS Dhoni. I do look up to them, but I have new inspiration at the same time. I can learn from them as well. So your inspiration changes. Mine currently are this all the people that I mentioned. They are all my inspiration for my particular field right now.
Like, what do you suggest? Like, if you take someone as inspiration, should we apply all the lessons that one guy said, or should we consume from many people at once? How does this work?
uh, Actually, you can't be someone else, right? So let's say I have like Raj Shamani as my inspiration. I can't be like him. He's Raj Shamani. He's a different entity. I'm a different entity. I can't be like him. He can't be like me. And that's the superpower. Everyone has their own uniqueness. So what you can do is you can have the split characters of all the people, the best thing that you think about them or like about them, and you can actually apply it to yourself and evolve as a different entity in whatever particular field you are in. So you have like an aura of Rajamani, something about Gary Vee, something from Zakir Khan, something from Rajamani as well, and you actually make a wonderful mixture of that, and you evolve as a different entity, and with that you have like a crispy thing of yours as well, which is your innate personality, and that's what you should do. That's what I believe.
Wow. What is one advice would you like to give to youngsters who are in our same age?
Ha. I'm so glad you mentioned that. I was like, I'm not a 50-year-old boy here or a man here who's talking to kids like that. So I'm so glad you mentioned that. So one advice would be, I mean, don't stop. And whenever you're starting something, start in bulk and don't think, because don't substitute planning for execution. That would be the first thing, because we plan a lot of things. I did the same thing. I have like so many podcasts in my mind that I'll be doing this, I'll be doing that, I'll be doing that, and I'm not executing those things. So don't be that kind of a person. Don't substitute your planning for execution. Plan well and execute that as well, and start with the quantity first, and it will turn out to be the quality. Don't run for the quality. The best is the enemy of good. Always remember that.
Um, okay, that question is already answered. How do you make regular reels?
Oh, it has been covered.
Yeah, you already mentioned about that. Okay, then here comes the bulb on moment round, and these are the set of questions.
Okay,
These are the set of questions which I ask for all the guests who come here. It will be constant.
got it, got it,
So you can shoot your small answers for each of them. It's not some lengthy questions.
got it.
So what inspires you to do everything you do?
The people out there who are creating enormous amount of positivity out there, that really kicks me to do well in my particular field.
What is the one wrong belief that you hold for a longest moment of your life and you
That you can't
regret holding that? Yeah.
that you can't change your opinion. I think that people's opinion change according to the situation they face, and it's okay to change your opinion with the time because you have learned about it.
Okay. If you want to credit everything to one habit or one ritual of yours, what would that be?
Being consistent. I'm hell consistent with what I want to do, no matter if I'm good at it or not good at it.
Quantity over quantity,
Yeah,
yeah, quantity over
quantity over
quality.
quality when you're starting.
Okay. What do you want to be remembered for?
I want to remember as the person who spread enormous amount of positivity out there in the world.
Yeah, even moments like this, we need that a lot time.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a few apps which you use for productivity?
The apps that I use for the productivity are usually would be the notes, because that's where I write stuff. I don't have this like brilliant apps out there to improve the work, but all I do is have notes, a notepad, which I write the stuff on, and that's the only app I use in terms of the productivity.
What are your book recommendation?
My book recommendation would be first of all, read that book, because I think every person should read that book, just in terms of the finance, because we are not taught finance in our school, and that's why I think everyone should read that. At the same time, you should read Atomic Habits by James Clear. Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. It's about the negotiation part, and that helps. That is like, it comes really very handy when you're doing talking with your fellow mates or negotiating with the internship interviewer. That comes really handy at the time. So that three books would be the recommendation as of now.
Okay. If you wanted to tell someone who is listening to this or watching this, whatever you thought, if they have to take 5 steps after listening to this, what would that be?
5 steps that anyone should take after this wonderful podcast that we did would be to execute more, just in terms of planning. You should always execute, don't substitute for planning. Implementation intention. If you are starting tomorrow's days with a thought that you want to do something, always write the time that you'll be doing that. If you genuinely want to network with someone, be genuinely interested in what they really want, rather than your sole belief of selling something to them. The third would be, it's okay to change your niche whenever you feel like, because you don't kick in with anything. It's okay to do that. You can always do that. The fifth would be a better communicator, because that's going to help you for a long duration of time whenever you are in any of the situation where you have to face like so many people, or you have to talk fluently, just in terms of you know being in the mind of someone or impressing someone. You have to be a better communicator. So that would be the five things.
And adding to this, what would you like to say to the people who think it is too late right now, even though they are in the same age group and they are like, it's too late? What would you say to them?
uh, I'd be like repeating this stuff. It would be plagiarism, if I'm not wrong. But there's this wonderful saying going out there that KFC, if I'm not wrong, KFC started at 60. He started at 65, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Mark Zuckerberg made Facebook at 16. So if I'm not wrong, 16. I can be wrong here, guys. You can
yeah.
like check it on Google and then revert to me that you were wrong or right. Anyways, so it's never too late or it's never too early, and many Instagram reels are allotted to this kind of a thought that it's never too late and it's never too early. You can always start at 34, because Gary we started at 34. Um, what a wonderful personality is right now. And there are so many people that have started at 21. Rachamani started at 18, 16 or 18, where he
Hmm.
is at. And there are so many people who started at 48, 49, and they are at the massive level as well. So time is just something that we have been constrained by our social dilemmas and social thoughts that we have, that has been constrained towards the fact that you have to be well settled at 25. You can't be well settled. Everyone cannot be settled at 25. If everybody is settled at 25, then where's the struggle in the life of all the people? Everyone is different, everyone is unique. Your story is different, mine story is different, the people who are watching this, their story is different, and it has and they have their certain amount of time where they will thrive, and they have certain amount of time where they will fail. So it's never too late and it's never too early.
Bro, before asking you the last question, I would like to ask you, people listening to this, how can they get in touch with you?
If anyone wants to get in touch with me, go to my Instagram, Tanmay. There's this email option that I've enabled. You can tap there, You can also DM me. I
I
revert to
will
all
link
the
them
DMs.
here. I will link them here as well.
That would be great. If someone wants to get connected to me, Instagram is there, and you can get connected to me there. Also, LinkedIn is also there. I'm pretty active on the LinkedIn as well. So that would be the two platforms where they can connect with me.
So I will be asking the last question. So
Sure.
it would be, let us imagine that you get a chance to speak in a stadium, and this stadium is the biggest stadium of all. Like there are people of all different ages, especially youth, and they are so much eager to listen to you what you have to say. They're fully seeing you, and you have been given 1 minute to share your message. What would you like to share to them?
I have spoken in stadium before. I did my debut in the stadium, so um, stage fear won't be a factor. That's what I'm worried about at the first. But if I have to share something genuinely from the bottom of my heart, I would share them that it's okay. Just be consistent. The most important thing that I really believe is if you're consistent with one thing for 6 months or 1 year, you'd be like enormously evolving in that stuff. So be consistent. And one thing that I really want people to stop focusing on is what the other things of them, and it really, really does not help you, and it actually devotes you down, and you don't want that. So don't think what people think of you, and these two things would be something that would be at the top. I might have some more things to share as I grow older and older because you get, I'll have more stuff to say, as I grow. So I might change my opinion. It's okay to change your opinion time to time.
So before we wrap up, do you have something to ask me?
Okay. Yes, I have something to ask you. I really wanted to know more about how do you go about writing the book because I've been looking at that book that you have wrote and I really want to get my hands on that one. So I really want to know how do you go about writing the book. At the same time, also how you can publish the book and go on with the sales and all.
Actually, how it started was initially during the college days. I always wanted to do so many things, but I was never able to make time for that. That was my excuse. And when lockdown happened, I had no choice, no excuses left. So my first month went in depression. That so many things happened and sadness, rumors, all those stuff. And from next month I started like I had a habit of writing diary, journaling. So I condensed everything into a book and took my sister's help to like fix the grammar and all those stuff. And when I started doing that, I just stopped worrying about how will I able to publish the book, all those things. And first I finished the book, then I took the help of my friends to design the cover for it. And after that, in the process I learned that Amazon also offers KDP self publishing, which you have to like there is no charge for that.
Oh, that's great.
It's free of cost, and all you have to do is just write your book and just submit it to Amazon. That's all you have to do to publish the book. It's that easy.
Damn, that's great. So, how did you got your like physical version of that book?
Okay, to get a physical version, it's a bit hard. Amazon don't support that in India. It supports in USA and other countries. So for India, what you have to do is there are other third-party websites like notionpress.com and some more stuff. But I know notionpress.com. So here, if you submit your book in ebook form and also ask them to make it paper book form, they will help you. They also call you and talk you to hours explaining the process of book, all those things. It's that easy, and they
That,
don't charge you to take a consultation.
that's great. And how much does it cost to actually get a physical version?
Around 300.
Damn, it's amazing. I've learned three things today. I loved it. I genuinely loved it. I'm gonna write this one.
Yeah, anything regarding
Thank you
book,
so
you
much.
can anytime get in touch with me, bro.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna talk about this now. Because I'm actually thinking about writing an ebook rather than a physical version because I don't think I'm that good writer to write a physical version. But I have like certain things that I really want to share with the people, especially the things that we talk about like interview and making resume is like a very humongous part towards actually getting into the interview part. So I want to write about those things, and I've been thinking about writing a small ebook. It would be like 50 page or 60 page, not more than that. So I'm gonna need your help for that one.
Yeah, definitely, bro. You can get in touch with me anytime.
I will do that.
At such an young age, it's really inspiring to see. Like, because of my different behavior, I stopped focusing on college stuff and started focusing on this freelancing and content creation thing more. And that's how I got separated from the crowd. And right now, I'm struggling to find the mind people with similar interest. And I noticed in you that you are almost same guy who I love to connect with.
I'm happy that you connected. I'm really glad you called me for this wonderful podcast that we did.
Like I never recorded a live show. Even today I didn't start a live video till date because I am somewhat bit nervous for that. But I will surely do that because it should start from somewhere, right?
Absolutely. I mean, see, let's take an example that you write. You do write, no? You are a good content writer. You write wonderful things every single day as a post, and your page really tries to be like 10K or 20K. And then you're thinking of doing live and have this humongous pressure at the same time that there will be so many people looking at you, listening to you, and what if you fumble? So at this very moment, you must have like 1,000 or 500, whatever followers you have. It will be like 10 people, 20 people listening to you when you're doing live, and it's actually okay to be embarrassed in front of 20 people and 20,000 people, right? So if you look at that way, it's nothing, 20,000 getting embarrassed in front of 20,000 and 20 people, it's nothing.
And I really think that if you are like worried to do live in front of these less people, and it is very sure that you won't do when you have that many followers as well.